Right, welcome back. I'm going to try to find Sashi again today, but first... Alright, I need some help, but let's make it quick. We're holding a war council as we're finishing up our lunches. Quick it is. What do you think is the best way to become friends with her? What makes you think I know? Okay, no, not just her. I mean in general. How do you make friends? Didn't you have any friends at your old school? Oh. Yeah, but... Then you should know, shouldn't you? No, it's not like I had to try to make friends. I just became friends with some people without even realizing it. I guess that's why I need advice. Well, that's kind of what happens to everyone. Okay, my turn now. Akemi, who had been silent up to now, suddenly shouts, startling me. Honestly, I don't think she'll have any useful advice on this subject. I want to eat my lunch, so I stay quiet and let her talk. Raccoon, the answer is simple. You just have to remember when you first met us. It's a little depressing if our first meeting is the only frame of reference she has. When I met you? Yeah, because we became friends pretty easily, of course. It's not like you could resist my fantastic charm. But still. No, at the time I was thinking these guys are weird. When I got to know you out of morbid curiosity. Ah, what? That's so mean! The fact that you're able to get along with us nerds mean you're also weird, doesn't it? I'm not denying that. No! Deny it! I don't even know what you're so worried about. You're more sociable than me, and not as loud as Akemi. Why are you guys always ganging up? Why are you guys always ganging up on me? Anyway, the point is that you don't want to scare her away, right? Yeah, pretty much. You're annoying me again! And you were going to find her today, right? Yeah, I'm planning to. I just want to eat my lunch here. Last time I met her, having food with me just got in the way. Besides, I don't want to spend the entire lunch break with her and leave these two hanging. Are you sure you can't stand being away from us? Sometimes I think this guy can read minds. He really doesn't look it, but he does care about other people. I think I'll manage. I'm more worried about leaving you alone with Akemi. Don't remind me. I do like having someone else around who can keep this fool in check. What did you just call me? I wonder if I should even go. You sure you can keep her in check on your own if I'm not here? Then again, Sashi should be finishing up her lunch soon. I'm finishing up my own lunch in a hurry as we're talking as well. Since Sachi's eating lunch, she probably won't take long to finish her food. Sashi? Is that the one-eyed girl? Come to think of it, I don't remember her own name. Ah, right, Usui Sashi. Sashi? Well, she shall be Sachin then. When you finally introduce her to me, I'll call her Sachin. That reminds me, when I first met Akemi, she immediately gave me the nickname Raccoon, and she didn't seem to care that I'd only known her for about a minute. Not that I dislike her, but the speed at which she gets close to people is a bit unsettling, to say the least. You're deciding on a nickname for her before you even... You're deciding on a nickname for her before you meet her. Well, I'm not the one who's going to go meet her, Makun, hurry up and introduce her to us so I don't have to worry about befriending her on my own. Yeah, I get it. In that case, I better hurry so Akemi doesn't have to think too hard and risk shouting out her brain. My brain isn't going to short out. Wait a minute. Good luck. Thanks. Glance at the wanting Akemi before packing up my lunchbox and leaving the classroom. Of course, there's no guarantee I actually will find her. Sachi's probably just finishing her lunch by now, and I'm sure she'll go somewhere else when she does. There's also the possibility she chose to eat somewhere else in order to avoid me. I guess I won't know until I go, though. Alright, she's here after all. Same place, same frightened look. Hey, how's it going? Hello. She's on guard again this time? She seems calmer than she did yesterday. It looks like she just finished her lunch. Her lunchbox is closed. Now what do? I suppose I should think of something to say. First of all, I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I just want to be friends, you know? Friends? Her darting eye tells me that I still don't have her trust yet. The only thing I can tell for sure is that she's suspicious of me. Yeah. Do you not want me here? You don't have to leave, but... In that case, can I talk to you for the rest of the lunch break? Okay. Great. She hasn't rejected me yet. Score 1 for the man. Alright, thanks. Sit down on the stairs next to her, same as yesterday. What were we talking about yesterday? Oh, right. Something about books. Yeah, books. You like reading books, right? Do you read manga and stuff? I like reading novels. Mostly just novels. I see. So you don't like manga then? No, I like them. It's just, I don't have any money for manga. Novels either. I brought books from the library. The school's library, I mean. They don't have manga. So that's it. Hey, if you want, I can lend you some of my manga. I have a few novels too, not just manga, but I figure that she'd be more interested in what she hasn't gotten as much of a chance to read. Huh? Are you sure? Yep. What genres do you like? I mean, I don't have a ton, but my collection is not too small either. I could lend you some of my favorites. Is it really okay? You shouldn't go out of your way for me. I said it's fine. It's not really a big deal. I'm just happy we have something in common. I see. Thank you very much. If you have some you want to read, let me know. So, what genres do you like? Any genre. It's fine. Besides scary stories. Or painful ones. Horror's no good then, huh? You don't have a favorite genre then. Which is a good thing. Because that means that she's an open book. It means we can hand her anything and it'd be entertaining for her. I'm an open book too. It's the same with food, it's the same with movies. I don't care like, if you love movies and you love books and you love food and stuff, perfect. Cause having favorites sometimes just ends up in debates that I don't really care for. I really just, if you have a movie you like, good for you. You have a book you like, good for you. You have food you like, good for you. But don't stuff down my throat what is like the best thing ever, because it just gets old. Sorry. There's no reason to apologize. Alright. The book you were reading yesterday. What was it? Can you let me see it? Oh. This? She points at the book she's laid aside next to her. It's a science fiction book. Sci-fi. You don't look like you'd be interested in that sort of thing. I read those too, actually. I really don't care about, genre. If it's interesting, I'll read it. Same, Sashi. Same. Anything that's interesting is good, right? This looks like a good book. Anyway, I'll try to choose something I think you'll like. Why don't I bring some of the ones I usually recommend to people? Oh, okay. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, no problem. By the way, how is this book? I've read it before, but I've never actually read it. I've heard of it before, but I've never actually read it. It's okay, I guess. There's a lot less tension between us now than there was yesterday. Her voice is still shaky and afraid, but it looks like she's becoming a lot more comfortable with me. She may not be used to talking with other people, but it doesn't seem like she's opposed to a good conversation. And then the bell interrupts us. Time to go already, huh? But at least I was able to talk to her more. That's something to be happy about. Oops. We should get going. Right. Two of us stand up and start heading down the stairs. Come back here tomorrow, okay? I'll bring the manga I promised. Okay. Mamoru-senpai? Yeah? I stop on the steps and turn back towards Sashi. Her voice is so quiet it's hard to hear over the sound of our footsteps. I'm really sorry. Really, I don't mind letting out 1 or 2 books. It's not that. Coming up here to talk to me, what was she getting at exactly? Usually when people offer to do nice things for you, you say thanks, not sorry. Not that you have to bow or anything like that. Actually, I should be thanking you for talking to me. Sorry. There you go again. I used to do this too. A lot. Every time I upset someone, I used to say sorry a lot. I still do occasionally. Because I'm very self-conscious of the fact that sometimes something you say, no matter what it is, could upset somebody. Sorry. I mean, thanks. Thank you. Yep. Glad I can help. We're ascending the stairs as we talk, and before I know it, we're at the 2nd floor where my classroom is. She's got one more floor to go, since she's a first-year student. Alright, this is my stop. See you tomorrow. Sure. Tomorrow, then. We go our separate ways. Sashi goes to the 1st floor, where I return to my classroom on this floor. Well, I did it. Only just met her, but surprisingly, we actually made a promise to meet up again. It's only been a day, but I feel like we've gotten much closer. While I'm in my afternoon classes, I think about what kind of manga I should lend her and try to remember what's on my bookshelves. And then, the next day... Morning! I enter my classroom and notice that Kemi and Tom are already here. They both seem very confused as they look at me from me to the paper bag I'm holding. Oh, what is that? Are you opening a store? I was talking with Sashi a bit yesterday. I told her I'd lend her some manga. I think you brought a few too many. That sounds a little more surprised than anything. Yeah, I think you're right. The medium-sized paper bag I brought along seems to be sagging under the weight of the manga inside. Didn't you notice how heavy it was when you tried to lift it? Yes, I didn't somehow. Is Sasha an Amazon or something? She's gonna have a hard time carrying that bag home otherwise, you know. I'm starting to worry about that myself. I don't think it'll be impossible for her, but it probably will be hard. Don't you think it'll be easier to give the books to her a few at a time? I guess. So, I'll let her borrow them all eventually, I suppose. Aside from that, though, I've got something more urgent I need to take care of right now. Quickly turned to Okemi and bow my head. Huh? What's up? Please let me see your homework. I love this game. You didn't do it! You didn't do it. This is the 2nd time today I think I've heard Tomo sounding surprised. That's a new record, I think. No, yesterday I was looking through my bookshelves trying to find books I could lend to Sashi. I was flipping through each book to determine whether or not it would be good for her, and, well, that's all I ended up doing last night. You're saying you spent the whole day reading manga instead of doing your homework? I suppose that's it in a nutshell, so, yeah, so, Kemi, help me out? Incidentally, there's a reason I'm asking Kemi, despite the fact that she's kind of an airhead personality-wise. She's actually a really good student. I wouldn't say she's smart exactly, but she seems like the studious type. It's not to say that Tomo's grades are bad or anything. It's easier to ask Kemi than him. Well, I guess I have to. I'll think of it as an investment into my future rendezvous with Sachan. Wait, don't put weird obligations on me. No, I'm just setting the table so I can see her sooner, or meet her sooner. Setting the table? We're not going out to eat. So you don't want to see my homework then? I will concentrate wholly on the work at hand, so please allow me to see it. Oh, very nice. Okay. Lunchtime. If I can think about which books I'm going to lend her, I have to haul all the manga through. I brought up to the stairway up to the roof first. Hey, what's up? Hello, Mamoru-senpai, what's that? Her gaze shifts onto my paper bag. Does it really stand out that much? I picked up some manga for you to read, but I guess I brought a few too many. There are a lot. Do you walk to school? Yes. I thought you might. I brought 2 or 3 different series, so go ahead and pick out what you want to read. You can take a few at a time. I don't want to overload you. Sorry. I'm the one who should be apologizing. Anyway, check these out. Okay. The bag crinkles as I dig my hands into it and I pile up a tower of manga on the steps. Sashi cautiously extends a hand toward the tower. Usually it looks like she's about to commit some grave sin. No, it's like when I used to bring my books I wrote everywhere. I would pile them up and be like, yeah, I wrote all these because I didn't have a life. Still don't have a life. I guess she's never really borrowed the world manga from anyone before. She looks scared for some reason. But she starts to sort through them, and as she's reading the summaries and flipping through the pages of the books, her expressions loses out little by little. This one looks really interesting. Oh, I saw a bunch of copies of this one lined up at the bookstore a little while ago. This one, if I remember right, they say they're going to make it into a movie. Yes, because anime. So, did you find the one you like? Yes. They all look so interesting. I can't decide. This one? And this one? I know, this one. I wait patiently as Sasha begins to fidget restlessly and turn her head to me for guidance. There's no hurry. Pick whatever you want. The bell draws out my sentence. More time had passed than I realized. Oof. Sorry. Okay, I'll take this one and this one. Hey, are you doing anything after school, or are you going right now home? I'm going right home. I can help you carry them to your house after class. Wait for me at the school gates. I usually pack up pack the manga back in the paper bag, and before she can say anything, I'm already heading down the stairs with the paper bag in my arms. Just before I turn the corner, I catch a glimpse of Sachi and say, "See you after school." Wait, senpai! Having more or less forced this onto her, I leave the shaken Sachi and return to my classroom. Because we need to know where she lives. After school. I leave the school building carrying the heavy paper bag. I have no idea how far Sachi's house is from the school, but it wouldn't be right to make her carry all this home. Come to think, I don't even know where her house is. I don't know what I'm going to do if it's far or in the opposite direction of my own house. No, I agree to this. So even if it is in the opposite direction, I'll go all the way there. I really didn't think this through, did I? No, we didn't. Now that I think about it, it's like I'm tricking her into showing me where her home is. Isn't that kind of creepy if someone you've only known for a few days finds out where you live? What if she thinks I'm creepy? As I'm thinking about this, I leave the gates and survey the area. Where's Sashi? I suddenly worried that she silently left without me. I guess I was too pushy. I didn't wait for her to agree to let me walk her home. If she decided to go home on her own, it wouldn't be out of place, and I would have no right to complain anyway. If that's the case, wouldn't she have come to my classroom to give me back my manga first? Senpai? Huh? No sooner did I hear her voice that I realized she's standing right next to me, looking out. Where did she come from? She really snuck up on me. Shall we go? I look over to confirm that it's actually her next to me, then watches her expression as she quickly leaves the campus, standing at the ground with an uneasy expression. It seems like she wants to avoid being seen. I continue after her, holding a heavy paper bag along. About 10 meters on, we can turn down a narrow side road, and she slows down to a more normal pace before turning to look at me. Oh, she seems to have forgotten what she was about to say. Sorry for forcing you to do this. You must think I'm a jerk. No, you're not a jerk. I wouldn't go that far. I think I should go home alone. I don't want to cause you any trouble. I seem to think about it for a bit before thrusting the megafell bag at Sashi. She hardly throws her arms and tries to take it, but... As I take my hands off the bag, Sashi falls forward under its weight. The bundle of books lands with a deep thump as it hits the ground. Yep, turns out she isn't an Amazon after all. See, that's too heavy for you, isn't it? That's why I'm carrying it for you. If you do hate me, though, you should say so. I pick up the bag of manga again. But, isn't it going to be a pain for you? No, if it was a pain, I'd tell you. Don't worry about it. Sashi... Don't worry about Sashi. Aren't I the one being a pain here? If you think about it, isn't following someone I barely know to our house kind of rude? No, I don't mind if it's you following me to my house. Really? Well, I'm glad then. So which way is your house? This way. Alright, let's get going. Okay. Two of us start walking at a steady pace, side by side. Sashi takes short steps, but since I'm weighed down by heavy books, I match her speed perfectly. What's up? Which way is your house? If it's in the opposite direction, I mean, if that's the case, I can carry the manga on my own. Interesting. Sashi started talking to me on her own. That makes me strangely happy, even if it's only a minor thing. Mamoru-senpai? No worries. This isn't the street I usually take, but my house is in this direction. What street do you turn on? I don't turn. I mean, the street changes, but basically I head in this direction the whole way. I see. That's good. My house is pretty much straight ahead, so we're probably right in the same neighborhood. Does it take long for you to get to school? I think I'm pretty close. It doesn't take too long or anything. Is that so? Cool. Cool. Isn't that heavy? I think I can help you carry it. I'm telling you, it's fine. I did drag this all the way to school from my house this morning, you know. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Come on, I'm the one who invited myself to come along with you, so there's nothing you need to apologize for. You're not doing anything wrong. Oh, okay. Thank you. No problem. Anyway, tomorrow's the weekend, isn't it? Don't worry about rushing through the books just to get them back to me. You have plenty of time after all. Yeah, I guess so. Thank you. The two of us lapse into silence for a little while as we continue on. On the way, I noticed something. Even though we're generally headed in the same direction we were when we started, Sashi keeps changing streets. I think it's because she's avoiding streets with a lot of people on them. On top of that, whenever we get to the end of a street, she bows her head as she walks, looking down at the ground. Hey, is this your house on the other side of the shopping mall? I want her to stop looking down, so I try to strike up some conversation again. No, we're not going that far. It's just a little farther from here. We should be able to see it soon. I see. My house is a little ways behind us. It's a different street, but we really are in the same neighborhood. Oh really? Ah, it's my house over there. At least she has a home, right? She points at a house a little ways ahead of us. Oh, this is your place, huh? We've arrived at a solitary, small, nondescript house. Sorry about that. Someone called. I gently hand her the manga, being sure not to drop it into her arms this time. Then the metal click at the door to Sashi's house opens. Surprised, the two of us turn toward the sound. The woman who comes out stares back at me for a moment, but she quickly focuses on Sashi, narrowing her eyes. On Mayumi, are you going out? Sashi looks like she's about to cry. She lowers her head, trying to avoid looking at the woman. The person Sashi refers to as Aunt Mayumi is a slender woman with perfect posture and two normal eyes instead of one giant one. Yes, something urgent has come up at work. Sashi, who is this boy? She looks at me from top to bottom, her face grave and unsmiling. Her eyes creep onto the bag I gave Sashi. She's beautiful, but her stare is still icy. It sends shivers down my spine. Is from school, student? Sashi's voice is tiny, and she bows her head again, flustered, and I'm not sure the woman can hear her. Should I try to point that out? She turns to Sashi before she can speak up in my own mouth. I'm Mamoru. I recently transferred schools and met Sashi a few days ago. I came with her so I could carry the bag of books and manga I'm letting her borrow. I try to say this as politely as possible, but I'm probably talking way too quickly. I see. Thank you for doing that for our Mamoru-kun. Her speech is polite, but she says this in a very flat tone, and it's hard to tell what she's thinking. Of course. Now, I must get going. Sashi, since you're late, you'll have to eat alone. Okay. With that, the woman rushes out of the house. Watch her for a bit until she turns the street corner, but she never looks back this way. My family member, You call her your aunt? Yes. My mother's sister. I'm living with her right now. I see. I want to ask her about her family's situation, but swallow the thought and ask her what I think is more important. That woman, your Aunt Mayumi, does she treat you badly? Huh? No, not at all. I can't. We seem to get close to her, though. Oh. I don't know if Sashi's bad at telling lies or not, but it doesn't seem like a lie, at least. She might be getting her injuries from being bullied at school, after all. But without knowing how her family treated her, I couldn't be sure. Okay, I'm going home. You can return the manga whenever. Oh, sure. Really, thank you so much. See you next week. See you. Sashi hoists the bag of manga up with a grunt and heads inside. Making sure she made it inside alright, I start walking toward my own house. I'm worried that our relationship isn't coming along as well as I hoped, but at least it doesn't seem like she's being abused by her family. At any rate, I think we've gotten just a little bit closer than we were before. I smile as I think about that. I have one eye on. The next day is Saturday. Right. Unfortunately, I have to go. Because people want my attention, so leave a like and subscribe because there's always room for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.